Hi folks, my name is Dave Goerlitz. Sure wish I could be with you there in Brussels today, but unfortunately I've been incapacitated with some neck injury and some cervical spine damage. I was asked to join the TICAP conference back in November with John Gray, and I was more than happy to accommodate them, but unfortunately my health took a turn for the worse and I'm not able to travel. But I'm still glad to be here. I wish I could be with Michael McFadden and John Gray and Bill Gibson and Christoph and Wheel and all the other people that are there at the conference, but I thought it was important enough for you to at least hear my story, take this information and do with it what you will. I know you have a full agenda today, and I'm just a part of the solution to this problem here with tobacco issues, and I think it's really important that you know who I am and why I'm here. You folks over in Europe may not know me, but I am and was the former Winston man. For a lot of years, from 1981 to 1988, I was paid a lot of money to get kids to smoke. I was the lead model for R.J. Reynolds, and we helped move Winston sales from number 4 to number 2 in just 4 years. My ads that I did were always depicting me in healthy activities like mountain climbing, helicopter piloting, search and rescue, all the things that tobacco companies want their new smokers to believe will happen to them if they choose to smoke. My image was to be macho, tough, rugged, robust, and virile, and I was paid handsomely to do these ads. In 1988, I had an epiphany. In 1988, I decided to quit smoking, and I turned my back on R.J. Reynolds, the employer who helped me become who I am today. Unfortunately, the product that I was endorsing was killing lots of people. At least I was told that in the United States, and I decided for my own health benefits I was going to quit smoking, which is what I did on the Great American Smokeout in 1988. I was asked to talk about the anti-smoking movement. I was asked to talk about my involvement with tobacco control, and that's exactly what I need to do in the next 15-20 minutes, folks. My job as the Winston man took me to different places that I could never imagine. They paid me tons of money to entice and encourage and lure young new smokers, and I did it willingly for the sake of a lot of money. In 1988, when I quit smoking, I decided that I was going to try to make a difference and hopefully get kids to never start. In 1988, I was brought into the anti-tobacco movement. I don't like to say anti-smoking because that means you're against the smoker. I was against the tobacco companies who were spending $12, $13 billion a year to entice and encourage and lure new replacement smokers, those who would replace those who quit or die every day. Thus started all the controversy. Thus started all of the issues that the tobacco control people thought they could get a handle on. Tobacco control, 21 years ago, was about public health. I signed on with tobacco control because I believed I could take the image that I presented and the illusion of tobacco being a healthy choice for kids, and I wanted to make a difference. And 21 years ago, tobacco control is not what it is today. Tobacco control today in 2010 is more corrupt than ever before. Tobacco control took billions and billions of dollars from tobacco companies, and in the guise of good public health, they started to make smokers feel like second-class citizens. They threw smokers under the bus. They taxed them illegally. They came up with a $246 billion master tobacco settlement where every state in the United States receives billions of dollars in perpetuity to now use for whatever they want. Tobacco control and tobacco companies are in cahoots. Tobacco control and tobacco companies sit down behind closed doors and come up with ways to throw smokers under the bus, all the while illegally raising smokers' taxes, using smokers to pay for over 200 government programs subsidized by tobacco users, and now tobacco users are treated like lepers. I have found myself in a position where being a voice of reason for smokers is all I ever wanted to be. I wanted kids to never start using tobacco, which is why I spent close to 16 years in public schools, middle schools, high schools, and colleges showing tobacco companies what exactly is happening with kids who choose to smoke. They become addicted for the rest of their life, and this becomes the only thing that children are held accountable for the rest of their lives until they prematurely get diseased and die. This is the problem with the anti-tobacco movement. This is the problem with prohibition. This is the problem with nanny states trying to tell people who are already stressed out that they need to quit, not because it's good for them, but to quit because they don't like the actual appearance of smoking. I am sick and tired of smokers being treated this way. I am sick and tired of all the fraudulent bans that are now being placed in every state in the United States. I know it's happening in England, in the United Kingdom. I know it's happening in Scotland and in Ireland. And I believe with all my heart that tobacco control here in the United States is the main reason why this festering has gone on all over the world. Smokers know what they need to do. Smokers, if treated with respect and dignity, if smokers were treated with reasonable, sensible laws that people can live with, I think we would have a different outcome with the tobacco control people. But right now they are so greedy, they are so corrupt, that all they can see is dollar signs. Smokers have become a cash cow for tobacco control here and over in the United Kingdom, and in Brussels, and in Germany, and in Scotland, and in France. And I believe that we need to do an about-face. We need to do a complete turnaround on our attitude towards smokers and how we've been treating them. 93% of smokers started as teenagers. They become addicted to this drug, and then they're forced and coerced to quit by laws that are based on fraudulent science and junk science. For every scientist, there's an equal and opposite scientist. Science is one of those things that's debatable. What's not debatable is the truth. Tobacco companies deliberately went out and spent billions of dollars to entice and encourage and lure smokers, addicted them to the drug, and then made them feel like they had no worth.